How to fix Ranch Simulator closing after launching without opening by rolling back graphics drivers. Welcome back to Compatibility. Today, we're diving deep into a prevalent and perplexing issue plaguing many Ranch Simulator enthusiasts: the game refusing to launch, often displaying launching via Steam before abruptly closing without any visible error message. This frustrating loop, particularly common after a system reformat or driver update, can halt your ranching ambitions in their tracks. While various factors can contribute to such launch failures, our meticulous investigation, corroborated by community findings, points squarely to graphics driver incompatibility as a primary culprit, specifically requiring a strategic rollback. Our comprehensive guide will not only illuminate the precise steps for reverting your graphics drivers to a stable version, but also explore a spectrum of other advanced troubleshooting techniques. These include ensuring system integrity, optimizing game dependencies, and addressing potential software conflicts, all meticulously designed to get you back to building your dream ranch. Prepare for a deep dive into system diagnostics and effective resolution strategies that go beyond superficial fixes, leveraging Compatibility's expertise to restore your gameplay experience. Understanding the launching loop and driver hypothesis, the symptom of Ranch Simulator displaying launching briefly before closing typically indicates a critical failure during the game's initial startup sequence. This often occurs when a core dependency, such as the graphics driver, fails to initialize correctly, leading to an immediate crash or silent exit. Modern graphics drivers, while offering performance enhancements, can sometimes introduce unforeseen incompatibilities with specific game engines or older titles. Accessing Device Manager for driver information. To begin, right-click the Start button and select Device Manager from the context menu to open the System Hardware Control panel. Navigate to Display Adapters, then expand it to reveal your graphics card. Double-click your GPU to open its Properties window. Under the Driver tab, meticulously note down the currently installed driver version, as this information is crucial for informed rollback decisions. Identifying stable driver versions for your GPU. Researching online forums and official support pages for your specific GPU model can reveal driver versions known for stability with Ranch Simulator or similar Unreal Engine games. Look for community consensus on which driver iterations reliably avoid crashes and performance anomalies. Prioritizing drivers released a few months prior to your current version is a sensible starting point for a rollback attempt. Downloading a specific older driver package. Visit your graphics card manufacturer's official website, NVIDIA, AMD, or Intel, and locate their driver download archive or legacy driver section. Input your GPU model and operating system details to meticulously search for the identified stable driver version you wish to install. Download the executable file to a readily accessible location on your system, ensuring its integrity before proceeding. Preparing for Driver Uninstallation with the Download Display Driver Uninstaller from its official source, extracting the contents to a familiar folder. Is an indispensable tool for thoroughly removing all traces of graphics drivers, preventing conflicts that manual uninstallation often leaves behind. This critical preparatory step ensures a pristine environment for the subsequent installation of your chosen driver. Executing in safe mode for a clean sweep. Restart your computer into Windows Safe Mode, a diagnostic startup option that limits active drivers and services, preventing interference during the uninstallation process. Once in safe mode, select your GPU manufacturer and choose the Clean and Restart option. They will meticulously remove all current graphics driver components, ensuring no residual files cause issues. Installing the rolled back driver with precision. After your system reboots from the process, ensuring you are still disconnected from the internet, Run the older graphics driver installer you previously downloaded. Follow the on-screen prompts, ideally selecting a custom or advanced installation to deselect unnecessary components like GeForce Experience or Radeon software if you prefer a leaner setup. Perform a final system restart upon completion to fully integrate the new driver, preventing automatic driver updates via Windows settings. To prevent Windows Update from automatically reinstalling the problematic newer driver, access System Properties by right-clicking this PC and selecting Properties, then navigating to Advanced System Settings. Under the Hardware tab, click Device Installation Settings and select No to prevent Windows from downloading driver software. Alternatively, use specialized tools like Show or Hide Updates, Hide, Diagcab to specifically block the problematic update. Verifying game file integrity through Steam. Corrupted or missing game files can frequently lead to launch failures, even with correct drivers. Open your Steam client, navigate to your library, right-click on Ranch Simulator, and select Properties. Under the Local Files tab, click Verify Integrity of Game Files. Steam will then scan and replace any damaged or missing files, a crucial step for ensuring game stability. Updating Windows OS and optional features. An outdated Windows operating system can lack critical libraries or security patches necessary for modern games. Open Settings, then Update and Security, Windows 10 or Windows Update, Windows 11, and ensure all pending updates are downloaded and installed. Pay particular attention to optional updates, which sometimes include vital hardware or compatibility enhancements. Updating chipset and motherboard drivers. Beyond graphics drivers, outdated chipset drivers can impede communication between your CPU, GPU, and other critical components, leading to instability. Visit your motherboard manufacturer's support page, locate your specific model, and download the latest chipset, audio, and network drivers. Installing these ensures your system's foundational components are operating at peak compatibility and efficiency. Updating DirectX and Visual C++ runtimes. Many games, including Ranch Simulator, rely on up-to-date DirectX and various Visual C++ redistributable packages for rendering and execution. Ensure you have the latest DirectX version installed by running the DirectX End-User Runtime Web Installer, and verify the presence of all necessary Visual C++ runtimes, typically from 2015-2022, directly from Microsoft's official website. Disabling full-screen optimizations for compatibility. Windows full-screen optimizations can sometimes interfere with game rendering and stability, particularly for titles like Ranch Simulator. Navigate to the game's executable file, often in Steam/Steamapps/Common/Ranch Simulator, right-click and select Properties. Under the Compatibility tab, check the box for Disable Full-Screen Optimizations to potentially resolve display-related crashes. Running Ranch Simulator as administrator. Insufficient user permissions can occasionally prevent games from accessing necessary system resources or writing temporary files, leading to launch failures. Right-click the Ranch Simulator executable or its desktop shortcut, then select Run as Administrator from the context menu. This grants the game elevated privileges, potentially circumventing permission-related roadblocks, temporarily disabling antivirus/firewall software. Security software can sometimes mistakenly identify game executables or their background processes as threats, preventing them from launching correctly. Temporarily disable your antivirus program and Windows Firewall, then attempt to launch Ranch Simulator. If the game starts, add the game's installation folder and executable to your security software's exclusion list. Checking for conflicting background applications or overlays. Third-party overlays e.g., Discord, GeForce Experience, Steam overlay, and other background applications can sometimes conflict with games, causing instability or crashes. Before launching Ranch Simulator, close all unnecessary applications running in the background. Systematically disable individual overlays one by one to identify any potential culprits. Performing SFC and DISM system scans. Corrupted Windows system files can manifest as application errors or instability. Open command prompt as an administrator and execute SFC/scano to check and repair protected system files. Follow this with DISM commands. DISM/online/cleanupimage/check health, DISM/online/cleanupimage/scan health, and DISM/online/cleanupimage/restore health to ensure the integrity of your Windows. Adjusting virtual memory, paging file settings. Inadequate virtual memory or paging file size can lead to out-of-memory errors or application crashes, especially with memory-intensive games. Access Advanced System Settings. Then under the Performance section, click Settings, navigate to the Advanced tab and click Change. Under Virtual Memory, ensure your paging file is set to System Managed Size or manually configured to at least 1.5 times your physical RAM. Considering a clean reinstallation of Ranch Simulator. As a final, exhaustive troubleshooting step, a complete reinstallation of Ranch Simulator can resolve deeply entrenched game file issues. First, uninstall the game via Steam, then manually delete any remaining folders in the Steam apps/common directory. Restart your PC, then download and reinstall Ranch Simulator to ensure a completely fresh installation, free from any corrupted remnants. Our deep dive into troubleshooting Ranch Simulator's launch issues has armed you with a comprehensive arsenal of technical solutions, from the critical graphics driver rollback to essential system integrity checks. By meticulously following these steps, you significantly increase your chances of resolving the frustrating launching loop and getting back to your virtual ranch. Remember, persistent technical issues often require systematic diagnosis and patient application of multiple solutions. Don't forget to follow Tenabalta for more in-depth technical guides, expert troubleshooting, and the latest insights into optimizing your gaming and computing experience.